Additional Registrar of Anna University, Dr. Ramesh, formerly HCL Technologies and Digital Securities Association of India, Mr. Srinivasan of Prime Point Foundation, Mr. T.V. Gopal, Professor T.V. Gopal of Anna University, and who is the Technical Committee Chairman of RAAIF, and our founder of RAAIF, Mr. Chris Kumar, and all other august audience. Welcome you all to the 5th edition of the RobotzIndia National Robotics Competition, and we have had the pleasure of having all of you all here for the last 2 days. And it was really encouraging from the point of view that the students were so enthusiastic and so lively, and they have come out with very, very innovative ideas. And there have been also Punjab School and all of them, many MVM and Indraprastha, all of them have been regular participants. We are really encouraged about that, because unless they are going to be that satisfied, they are not going to come again. And here at RAAIF, we really want to build a strong students' foundation for on the robotics and artificial intelligence field, because in future I think that will only come in very handy. But at the same time, it should not be just book knowledge. We would like to train them in such a way that they learn from hands-on workshops and all that, which we do regularly. And it will not be out of place to say that we have been getting very encouraging comments from all schools we have been approaching, and we would like this to continue and all the schools to support us in future also. We will once again welcome you all. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for introduction. Thank you to Mr. Chris for inviting me. This is the 5th edition. Really, I am quite happy, because I am associated with the RAAIF right from the first edition, or from the even before the formation of RAAIF, and it is one of the wonderful concepts. Today, the whole world is moving towards the digital and even robotic or artificial intelligence. So there can, and I am quite happy, there are a lot of more than 15 innovations have come. He told me when I am yet to check up with what are the things. But anyway, the innovation, India is very poor in the innovation index. That's always a problem. Innovation is very much essential. Right from Dr. Abdul Kalam, everybody were insisting that India needs to develop the innovation if it has to become a developed nation. There are a lot of difficulties after the innovation. They don't know, people don't know what to do the procedures. Even Anna University or any other universities, the final projects, they have a lot of innovation, but many of them remain in the cupboards. There are no proper guidance or anything. Now at least there is one organization like RAAIF, few organizations, not only one, who are really encouraging the innovation and motivating the young children. I wish RAAIF all the best, and please go ahead with your innovation. Try to take a guidance and develop the nation. Jai Hind.
Good evening, and it's my pleasure to be with all my colleagues who have been at the inception of this competition, RobotzIndia competition. Nearly 6 years back, we were all wondering what is it that we can make our school students do. Today they are doing everything. We don't have much to do. We have volunteers who have come up with a wonderful technical specification of every event. Whatever has been happening in every event, each and every event, it has been fully documented with the specification of the all done by volunteers. You should give them a very, very big hand. They operate on the free time, they have their lecture hours, they have their classes, but every event here is 5-page document, and it has been implemented in toto. Of specific mention is that we were centering all these years only on 4 major events. Last year we tried with Jallikattu, which was a wonderful impact factor. This year we had the AgriBot. We had one of our volunteers as well as closely associated with the RAAIF. She has taken all the interest, just out of interest, out of that kind of a commitment that all of you should learn how to do things. She has gone to fetch the bricks that form the boundary of the farm wall. Agricultural robot operates in a farm. And she has taken the lead. We have been discussing, of course, but then they are all nice ladies. They somehow think that they'll make everybody strongly commits that Gopal is telling they are doing. No, they are doing, they are attributing it to me. That's okay. So she went and got the bricks to make the boundary wall, a 4x8 boundary wall. The sand is picked from a real agricultural land. Real agricultural land. Has gone, gotten in the bags, put it on the thing, the canvas, everything. So the robo that you made, 4 entries were there. All robos which were made for agriculture, they were operating on real feel of an agricultural land, which is 4x8 track, up to the specification. That is what we mean when you say you should not keep things to the books. Prema was telling the same thing. We are all telling the same thing. Please make sure that you go ahead, implement, gradually we will learn. Operationally we are all there. We are here to clear the hurdles. We know that there are certain bottlenecks. We are aware, my apologies. We have been operating in some cases far from ideal also. Certain times we planned something, we have been moving a little wayward on that. All of us will get together sometime in the morning, sometime in the evening, put the act. So this exercise has been happening regularly from 2013 with the full support of the university. We have had judges coming from the innovation round each year. Each year we had 3 different judges, one definitely from Anna University, senior professor. This time we had UGC Emeritus Professor Dr. Kumarvel as the chairperson of the judging committee. He was there in the morning, full forenoon. We are very serious that the students are the future and we need to make sure that they learn by doing things in a manner where we see them progressing towards a higher education plane. We are very confident that it will happen also. See how it is happening. We are not doing much. All the students are doing. Then came the next important discussion which we have been having. One will be from the industry. A very senior person from industry has been spending half a day with us. One from a scientific organization. Each time we are getting all the 3 judges like that. They are spending half a day. Some people have been with us a day before also to see what exactly is happening. 15 judges over the last 5 editions, all coming from senior people, 20-25 years of experience. Dr. Ganeshan has been on the advisory committee as a registrar, former Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajaram. We have had Dr. Mohan, Mechanical Engineering, Vanajaranjan, Electrical, Lata Nagendran, CAD-CAM Center. All of us have been looking through all these designs, but now we have a consolidated documentation. So after doing all this, it should be there with all of you. See how it happens. This is a 5-year story. We have 7 organizations contributing to that. It is my sheer fortune that I have been here looking at certain technical aspects. Most of the things are now stabilized. It's up to you. We need more interest coming from the schools. We need to take it forward, and all is ahead of us. So I wish you all the best, and thank you very much.
So this is a question for all the students here. Who are you? Who are you? You are all gods. Do you know what is the meaning of God? God is a creator, right? You all have created something today, right? So something you have created, but have you created it without a purpose? It has a purpose. Right? What is the purpose? The purpose is to help the society. So that is very, very important. If you are creating something for serving somebody and for serving solving a problem or for a noble cause, then you too are God. So that's what you have to remember. And whatever you are doing today at school level, you shouldn't leave the passion, and you have to kindle it further, and you need to make sure that you take this more seriously and take it to next level. If you look at technology today, technology is created to ensure the technology replaces the mundane activities of a person, so that the person can be idle? No. So that the person can do a better job. So you have to keep that in mind when you are solving a problem, and ultimately the person goes and does another better work. A very simple example. So we all drive car today, right? And now robotization of cars, that's what they call the autonomous cars, that is coming up. And what happens? Why they are making robotic cars? Do they think that you can't drive? No. It is because when the car drives by itself, you have that 1 hour or 2 hours commuting time, and you can spend it in a more productive way. What do you mean by productive way? I am sitting inside a car. What kind of a productivity can I have? You can do a lot of intellectual work while sitting in the car, that is one. Or you can enjoy the surrounding, that is two. Or you can actually take rest, because let's say there is somebody who is doing a 18-hour work and he is going back home. He has to drive. It doesn't make sense. So he can take rest so that his productivity improves. So every single thing that has been done is to improve productivity, increase speed, right? So these are all the things you have to keep in mind when you are addressing any kind of technology problem. Again, when you talk about robots, it is not, yes, it is about science, but you also have to understand it comprises of all sorts of sciences. It definitely involves physics, right? It definitely involves maths, because with the maths only you can attain the precision. It involves chemistry, because for example, if you use battery, it involves chemistry, right? So each and every, even biology, I would say, the reason why I would call biology is the way how the entire ecosystem is evolving, right? The robotic things, starting from surgery that we are talking today, all the way up to injectable nanobots and the robots that, or they can, whatever they can implant in your body, various things. So these are all become very, very important. But what we see as robotics today, it is still at the beginning stage, I would say. Lots and lots and lots of research is going on. It is evolving not as one single technology, but as an ecosystem. What do we mean by ecosystem? So today you had, in the past we had computers. How much time we used to spend in computers? Significant amount of time. But today, most of the time we are spending on mobile. Correct? But we don't do many complicated things. For example, if you look at 20 years ago, I used to write about 1,000 lines of code. And I don't need to write the 1,000 lines of code today. 10 years ago, all what I needed is about 400 lines of code that replaced the 1,000 lines of code, right? And today, you don't even need 200 lines of code, 100 lines. All what you need to do is to go and put some boxes in places wherever you want, and then configure and set the parameters. Done. Which means it is making it easy for you, but the underlying technology encapsulates more complexity so that you can do things easily. So you also need to understand something of that. As I said, yes, one side you are enjoying a self-driving car, but you also need to know what is under the hood. In case if that self-driving car fails tomorrow, you should be in a position to get it fixed or do something in such a way that you are not in a mess or stuck in the middle of a road. So always keep these things in mind. Keep sharpening your science skill. Right? Don't leave out any corner. Everything you are going to learn is very, very important. It will come out useful at some point. Even a small pin, you may today think what it is, right? But tomorrow that could serve a purpose. And Indians are in general very, very innovative. And there is a concept called jugaad. I know many of the folks have come from north, so you all know. But just for the interest of the guys from southern India, so jugaad means make something productive out of something, which may look silly, right? So, but what we need to do is taking that to a next level. So it is very, very important. Keep innovating, keep doing great things. Who knows, one among you may become another Kalam also. And you can achieve many wonderful things. And we have done it in the past. As a nation, India has given wonderful science gifts to the world. Right? Please go and also study about it. Because our history is something phenomenal. It's a great treasure. Many of us we won't even know what it is. If you know about Bhaskara, Aryabhatta, all these people, great people, right, who have lived thousands of years ago, the kind of phenomenal things they have done. So we can take that legacy forward. We can continue to contribute something for the world so that it becomes a better place. Right? So keep this in mind. I'm sure each one of you here is a shining star. And I read about the papers that were there, concepts. A classic example is about AgriBot. I went to Canada recently and they were showing farms, and the farm that they showed was about 5,000 acres. And I asked, 5,000 acres, how do they farm? How many people work? They said 5 people. And I asked, what? 5,000 acres, 5 people. And I asked, how? They said that we have machines and most importantly we have robots. So we have GPS. Through GPS, we identify the land into, and we divide them by 1.5 by 1.5 square foot or 1 by 1 square foot by 1 square foot. When we do that, the next step that we do is we identify the corners in which we put the seed. The robot quickly go and plant the seeds. When the next season comes, we don't put the same seed in the same location. Instead of that, we go to the another corner of the square so that we get the best out of that specific soil. So such innovative things they are doing, and with that robotic process they are able to attain the scale and they are able to get better yields. Right? So many things. So like this, if you go deeper and deeper when you try to solve the problem, read more about the problem, dig deeper. You can learn quite a lot about it, and you can further enhance your solution that you have. A classic example is again the garbage sorting, Swachh Bharat. So today if you look at it, amount of garbage that goes to sea or goes to landfill, because of which the amount of ecological damage that we are creating. All these things you can solve. You are all the solution to our current and the future problem. That's why I said that you are all gods. You can solve many things. So keep this in mind. Okay? And I would like to thank each one of you for listening to me patiently. Thank you very much. All the very best to each one of you. Bye.
Respected Ramesh from HCL, Krish Kumar from Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Foundation, respected K. Srinivasan, Chairman, Prime Point Foundation, Professor Dr. Gopal, participants from all over India for the Robotics India 5th edition competition, other members attending this program. So for the past 2 days, I think more than 300 robotics demonstrated with for various applications like industries, space, medicine, for the disabled peoples. So robotics not only for replacement of the manpower, some of the field there is a necessary equipment for specially abled persons. So here I want to clarify one thing. What is innovation? So I attended one academic council meeting in PhD College of Technology. They have insisted to the students project with innovation project. So all over in Tamil Nadu, more than 3 lakhs engineering students are studying. So each one to innovate is not possible. So innovation simply says to think differently, positively. So that is a solution to choose the project to innovation for any type of applications in future world. So educational concepts and aims significantly depend on the choice of equipment used in the robotics program. These concepts and approaches for the early teaching of robotics are not straightforward. Various programs differ in key topics, the methodology of teaching and equipment used. The use of hands-on equipment in robotics program is essential. It is composed of sensors, accessories and software programming. The question of the extent to which the children learn through technological play is disputed. Most early years specialists agree that the best educational experience are based on the play. However, it has not been easy to establish a direct relationship in terms of specific learning outcomes in this method. So most of the robotics outcomes, that is a very competitive method and very not easy to formulate. But this RobotzIndia national level competition is a platform to think through the robotic innovations. That is a major idea. I think RobotzIndia are doing every year. So this is the 5th edition, I know. And also we are all now all over the world, particularly in India. We are all sitting here, we are all operated by some other robotics. You all know. But to avoid this, to find the solutions are small ideas, any type of ideas to implement programs, particularly in agricultural field, is most needed. Wherever the manpower is less, we need a robotics solution to increase the productivity of the agriculture field. I congratulate the prize winners and appeal to the RobotzIndia team to ensure a rigorous competition that is also enjoyable and truly memorable for all the teams that have come here from various parts of India. All competitors and the teachers are requested to ensure that the rest of the world does not learn everything the hard way. Please pass on the lessons learned to others in your schools by the next edition of RobotzIndia competition. Thank you and congratulate all the winners.
I just want to tell you all that this is the 5th edition in support of Anna University, and we used to do at IIT-Madras The first person that I saw before we started this robotics and artificial intelligence is our mentor, our board member, Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan sir. He said, I don't know anything about robotics, go and see a person in Chennai University. His name was Professor Gopal. I didn't have to wait till I finished my, whatever my request. Professor Gopal said, let's do it. And we didn't stop from there. The reason for RAAIF is I have to dedicate this to my father. I would call him as a roboticist, all-in-all person. He's a plumber, he's a carpenter. He services his own motorbike. He fixes, he makes box camera, whatnot, everything. All the wiring and everything, he does it. I don't know anything about it. And when I came back, I used to live abroad, and when I came back, when I was looking for somebody who are qualified engineers from a very big university, he could be from electrical electronics, and basic questions, Newton's third law, you can't even answer. The basics are all missing here. All we thought is, let us come down to the school level, let us start educating the school team, and hence the RAAIF was formed. My mom is a teacher from a government school, so we want to combine this, the technical education and the way, it's not like, it's not a curriculum which is going to change you. Teach them the way they understand, is what our slogan that we do. Thanks to all the teachers, I see Ganapriya ma'am, and I've been seeing her from probably version 1. Generally what happens is that teacher has been given another job, I know how their face goes, and I've never seen Ganapriya ma'am and a lot of other teachers, CK school, they are all very happy to send their kids, come and spend a lot of time here and take away some good prizes. A lot of learnings also happen. One thing that I want to announce is, Professor Gopal has been saying that we may have to give away this wired robo from next year onwards. I have to consult with technical chairman. I really want to give away this wired robo. All it is going to be either semi-autonomous or full autonomous. We have to step on to very serious stuff. What is happening with the engineering colleges on the first year, robotics and artificial intelligence has become a must from this year onwards. RAAIF started this 4 years or 5 years back. And now the government realizes that this is the way we have to go. Automation. You had a lovely speech from Ramesh sir. He was talking about the automated cars. Something that I want to share here is many have worked with RAAIF, and one of the person is actually in Minneapolis now, and he's working on a car which has got a cruise control, and now they are implementing an artificial intelligence car. Even when it is on a cruise control, it has to identify, and if there is a problem, there's going to be an accident, it has to stop there. I'm very happy. There is a lot more, NUS. There is one more from RAAIF. He has gone to NUS, he's doing further studies. And many have gone, taken up, they have taken some experience from RAAIF. As Professor Gopal said, a lot of our documents are all created by volunteers. Without volunteers, we can't do. Now the thanks starts. Right from Anna University, our registrar is not able to be here, Ganesan sir, our additional registrar is here. And all our board members who have been very supportive for us to conduct this, the 5th edition. This is very close to our Pongal holidays, and I know a lot of colleges are yet to open. We don't have any volunteers, very minimal volunteers. Generally there will be 40 people standing on this stage. This time it is going to be very minimal. Thanks to all these people. Thanks to all the schools. I'm not going to name anyone, but especially, Delhi and Punjab, Delhi, Ritu ma'am called me twice and said, the students are ready. Generally, we used to do this program in Delhi, and then they come here for the finals. But we have changed this module, we really want, if there is no good number coming from Delhi, then we can't go there and do it. And one big school is missing, probably 100 students or 80 students is missing. The school name is Z School from Hosur. Probably, they would have given a very tough fight. This time they are not able to come. Vineet sir has gone to US for further studies, and there is no one to accompany and come. Anyway, I will be calling them and sending all these photographs to teach them. It happens. And a lot more other schools has to come. Let us make it more sensible what we do. And this time we have done some changes. The social cause has been implemented into all our themes. I think Robocar Mania is one thing, you would have seen the whole lot. And Robocar Mania is one, Agribot is the second one. Garbage sorter, something that we really thought. We had this as a surveyor last time, but this time we changed it as a garbage sorter. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to every student who has participated, who couldn't come for the finals or semi-finals. Winning and losing is not what we are here for. But definitely we got to win. Probably, a failure is a stepping stone for all of you. I would like to call all the volunteers. Can I quickly call Chitra, Sivakumar, please come in. Prema. Quickly, I just want to introduce everyone. Swati, when the audio thing is not playing, she has to sing herself, We had some problem there. She did a good job. And Prema, give a big round of applause. That is Mukesh, that is Hari Prashant. Are here? Prem Kumar was introduced to me by Srinivasan sir. He is from a government school. Last year he said, there is one boy, he is doing extremely well. And Prem Kumar was introduced by Srinivasan. Today he is our volunteer. Here we have Mukesh Marvel, he is an artificial intelligence man. And where is Harishankar? Okay. Harishankar is from Astro, he is an aeronautical engineer. And Hari Prashant is from Hindustan University, he is a volunteer. He's been there 3 years, 4 years. Sai, where are you? Mailapur. Sai is our friend's son, I think, from Mailapur. Thank Mohan, the video. He is my friend, and Rajendran has been associated with me. He has got a 5D Mark 3 or Mark 4, I don't know, very, very expensive camera. Don't worry about your photo, camera phone. We will send you all these photos to you. It will all be uploaded by Rajendran.
The chief guest.